Hey guys, so I'm here now doing part number 5. My ordeal with Facebook after being hacked, had my account stolen, was blackmailed, and I was in an epic battle with Facebook's AI security system, which doesn't really work very well. In fact, it doesn't work at all. And their recovery process, which is completely flawed, it doesn't work at all. There's no way it could work for anybody. It's literally not possible that it's ever worked for a single person. Not a real hacking. Maybe because they forgot their password or something, but a real hacking, it's never worked for a single person because a hacker changes your verifications. The first thing they do, so they can hack your account. So they change your password, they change your email address, they change your phone number, and they delete the connected devices. Those are all the things that Facebook requires you to have in order to give you back your account. Even if you're meta verified and they have your ID on file, they don't even use it before they let somebody change all those things. Not very safe, is it? And nowadays, it's 2025, but there's biometrics that are readily available, fingerprints, facial recognition. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could be done to secure somebody's account a lot better than the systems that they're using. And the two-factor authentication thing, if you're using Authenticator app, turns out not so good. So it was fine when it was working, but when the hacker changed the email address and her credentials onto my account, went with it her Authenticator app. So the authentication numbers that I was getting on my Authenticator app were not recognized in Facebook's system when they asked for my authentication numbers. Didn't recognize them. So no matter how many times I redid it, it continued pulling up numbers that were not the numbers that Facebook was recognizing. And that's because they were using her authentication app to verify instead of mine. And so there was no way for me to verify that I really was me using my real authentication app because it wasn't connected to me anymore. All right, so that's that authenticator for account recovery. It's useless. It doesn't hold any water. It's completely useless. Just like everything else that they did. It's totally useless. And the amount of shit I had to go through to try to get my account back, yet the person who stole it was able just to do it, wink, easy as putting butter on bread. But I can't get my own account for anything. So I'm still trying to get a hold of somebody. So this is what I did next to get a hold of somebody. I started writing letters. I found Facebook actual business address. I found the address to their legal office, which turns out it's in Ireland. So they've got California offices and they've got Ireland offices that have human beings that work at them. And AI doesn't open letters, so I figured maybe if I could get a person to open a letter. But I also am aware that Facebook probably gets a lot of letters and they probably just throw most of them away in the trash. So I wrote a lot of letters. Almost every day I wrote another letter, and I sent them to Facebook's corporate office, to the Facebook's legal department in Ireland, and I sent them to Meta, which is a different address in California. And I read handwritten letters, so it wasn't like anything that they would just think was a printed out scam or ad or something like that. I hand wrote them to make sure that they saw I was being authentic about everything and with all my credentials. And every day after the first month, I wrote a letter and I put it in the mail to all three of those things every single day, over and over and over again. I wrote the same letters asking for somebody to help me. And I waited and I waited. And guess what? They didn't even have a single person call me. Not a single person write me a letter, an email. Nothing. Literally, I could have just wasted all that time. Who knows? So, still trying to get a hold of somebody in Facebook to help me. So I got to thinking that I had an Instagram account that was attached to Facebook. The problem was when I tried to go on my Instagram account, although I could access it, when the hacker changed my password on Facebook, it also changed the password on my Instagram account. But my Instagram account the hacker hadn't compromised, and I was still able to sign into it just by opening the app. And it was because it was saved to device, it was allowing me to just go in and access it, which really Facebook should have been able, since they connected enough to change the password on them, they should have been able to verify me through my Instagram account then. And being that I had my Instagram account, could verify who I was, they should have been able to unlock me on Facebook that way. It was better than the authentication app or my credentials, but they didn't do that. But now I had an Instagram account that I was afraid to sign out of because I wouldn't be able to ever sign back in again, and that was my last connection to anybody I knew. So a little worried about it, but my Meta verification carried over to the Instagram account. So this was sort of my in. So what I did was I went into the help section on Instagram, and I went through their automated system, which is what they make you do over and over and over again, before I finally got the option to have advanced help that I paid a service for through Meta Service. And it gave me the option to type a message to a person saying there's a problem, and they would get back to me in the text message. And it's a real pain in the ass system too. So the text box, when you're typing to this person, covers over the box where you read what you're typing. So it's blind typing. It's like typing a password that you can't see anything that you're typing at all. And I've got round fingers that hit the wrong button all the time, and I can't see what you're typing. It's very difficult. So I did that. I filled out the little form. I sent it in knowing nothing was going to happen. And then I got a reply back saying that a person will be with you within 12 minutes to continue waiting here, that they've sent the message out to a person. And I couldn't believe it. Finally, through my Meta verification through Instagram, I was able to reach Instagram help. But remember, Instagram and Facebook are the same thing now. So I was going to try my damnedest to get some help with Facebook. So I told them what was going on with my Facebook account when they finally arrived, and they told me to go on to the original thing that I did the first time and say that my account was hacked and report that my account had been hacked. I said, I've done this every day for 2 months. They said, this is what you have to do. I mean, I'm heartbroken now. So I went back into the system, filled out the account was hacked. I had the same ordeal, stopped me, didn't let me go any further, told me it's not safe to go any further because I don't know my sign-on credentials, which I did know them. They didn't know them. They gave them away. And wasn't able to get anywhere with it. And basically the person said, well, sorry, if you can't access it through that way, then it looks like there's nothing we can do. I'm sorry this isn't the answer you were hoping to hear, but that's the only answer we have for you. Which was really fucking pathetic. I mean, I had sent my driver's license into them probably 12 times now already. So I've mailed it, their copy of them to them, and they approved it. I've got multiple letters responding back that they approved it. They verified that I was actually me and that I can access my account again, but still keep sending the credentials and the verification email for me to re-access my account to the hacker's email, which they still have not removed from my account. So I tried to explain to the person this, and it was like talking to a wall. There was nothing really registering with that person. And then I gave up. And then I tried again. And I went back to Instagram again, and I said, look, I did it again. I did just like the person told me to do. And the exact same thing happened, just like I told them it would. Like, isn't there some... Like, I don't accept this answer that I just have to accept it. Like, this is 100% Facebook's fault. 100% Facebook's fault. They completely breached their security. They're supposedly selling my information on dark web for people to buy so they can sign into it. They passed every single security wall that Facebook had set up. They were able to pass. And even after I told them that my account was being hacked, they still allowed it to happen. And after I reported to them on their emails, they sent me their verification emails that it wasn't me changing those things. They still let the person do it. And after hundreds of my friends reported that my account was hacked into and that wasn't me operating my account, they still let the person continue using and operating my account. This is 100% Facebook's fault. They had every bit of information they could possibly need to tell them what was going on, and they kept doing it. Didn't stop them. They didn't do one thing to secure or help me. But they continuously protect the hacker. The hacker is protected with like golden armor. But me, the rightful owner of the account for 25 years, it was nearly impossible for me to access my account. So this person wasn't helpful. I went back to Instagram again, resubmitted the report again. That person wasn't helpful. I went back to Instagram again, resubmitted the report again. That person wasn't helpful. The fourth person I sent it to complained that they'd already been reported this 4 times and they weren't able to help me, and complained that I was still filing for help. So that was fun. And then I think the 5th time I went through the process again, same exact thing. Told me the same thing. I have to click the stupid, my account's been hacked, and let the AI system control things. So each one of these people told me something that is terrifying. Every single person that I talked to that was working at Meta told me the same thing. They told me that they do not have control over Facebook's AI system. That its recovery and security system is the boss. The AI system gets the final call, and it tells them what they have access to fix. And unless they get the message on their computer that the AI has approved for them to change something, they can't do anything until the AI has gotten to that point to approve it. So literally, Facebook has lost complete control over their recovery and their security system, that a human cannot override the system, that the AI has the total say and has the total control and the last word on what happens. So that's what we're dealing with now. We have major problems in the system which are completely flawed, and people can't fix it because the AI has to want to be fixed first before it allowed to be fixed. You know how scary that is? And this is what Elon Musk wants to have run the Department of Defense. And this is Facebook. I mean, just think about how dangerous this stuff is. So I got to the 5th person now, went through the whole process again, and this person, his name was Angel. And Angel was an angel. Angel said, when I told him I was not satisfied at all, that he was going to go ahead and submit my case to his supervisor and have them look it over and see if there's anything else they could do. This was music to my ears. I mean, it took hell and back to get to a point, to get to a person willing to help me. And then the next day I got an email from the supervisor, asked me what happened. I told him the whole thing all over again, what was going on and what had happened. And they said, it's going to take some time. You have to be patient. We're going to look into this. And then I got another email from a different person that I guess they had forwarded to. And this email was the very first email that I was able to reply to. They send me an email and I can reply to it, and they get that email. All the other emails I get from Facebook are do not reply. So you try to reply, it doesn't go anywhere. They tell you what they tell you, and they don't want to hear anything back. Right? How despicable. How horrible customer service. That's what they do. So this one, I was able to reply to them and talk back to them. And we went on for a couple of weeks while I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I'll tell you what happens next on the next episode. See you guys around.